My old friend, Maisha, told me she started a business and that we'd be great partners, and I told her she was crazy.
I was 100% skeptical. 100%.
I actually told her that before we got on the call that night to learn more, that I wasn't going to buy from her and I was not going to join her team.
I honestly thought that direct selling was only for women who wanted to sit at home, smoke their cigarettes, have some martinis.
I thought it was all about having parties and carrying inventory.
Worried that I wouldn't find the time.
I always like to joke that I don't think I could sell, ice in the desert. I thought we were too busy. Thank goodness he saw it differently.
Have some friends over, pull out the sheet, and then everybody had to order. And I thought, you know what, Ellie Spitzbergen, no.
So I have to say, coming from a medical background, I did have a preconceived notion just what this industry was and who kind of fit the mold.
I was hesitant at first because I wasn't into skincare.
I had seen a lot of other military spouses fail miserably at these kinds of businesses.
But I never see these people again or drop my money and never, get any support.
I definitely was concerned
Because honestly, I was too good for direct selling.
So tell me who you are and where you're from.
I'm Jamie Peterson. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Are you originally from Chicago, Illinois?
No, I'm from Montana.
My name's Jen Griswold. I'm from Arlington, Virginia, but originally from a teeny-weeny town in Laurel, Montana.
When they all sit down to the table, they present a warm, closely knit family group, served by none but each other.
What brought you here?
My cute husband is a better salesman than I am.
I went to the Air Force Academy, met my husband there, which was a great start to our relationship. And he went on to fly airplanes, and I went on to fix and manage mechanics that fix airplanes. So we are a crazy military family that moves every couple years. We've gotten to Arlington, Virginia by way of nearly every corner of the United States before then.
Well, Jen and I, first of all, have known each other forever, and we were best friends in high school, and we were athletes. So we've been team members forever. We were co-captains in every sport. We usually dated guys that were best friends. It's just been pretty natural for us to be great teammates and great friends. Life was kind of tough, to be honest. While I did love my job in the stock market, we had 2 kids under 2. I quickly recognized that I needed more flexibility, but there's not a lot of options. The stock market was crashing, the real estate market was as well. So not only is your net worth changing, it's your income is changing. And I knew very quickly that we needed something more than what we were doing.
Totally unbalanced. I was a vice president of a bank, and I had became that mom and was putting my career over my kids.
I worked as a full-time labor and delivery nurse. I owned my own interior design firm.
Married to my husband, who played Major League Baseball for 19 years.
60-plus hour work weeks and travel in a really high-stress environment. I was a mom to 1 baby, and I was pregnant with our second as well.
I dabbled in marketing, makeup artistry, all of the above. I pretty much did it all. Been on The Bachelor, all that good stuff.
Definitely looking to find something for myself.
Once I transitioned out of the Air Force, I stayed home with kids, and I love my kids dearly, but I'm the kind of mom that's better when I have a challenge and when I'm working on something of my own. And so after 3 years of valiantly trying to be a happy stay-at-home mom, I realized I wanted to work at least part-time.
My mom and sisters were trying to encourage me to do this. I'm like, no way. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to this in the freezing cold just to learn from a smart businesswoman. And then when she shared really what this category looked like, anti-aging is such a big market. And I really applied what I learned in the stock market and what I did with my clients as this is just an investment too good to pass up.
So I said no probably about 4 times before I actually had time over Christmas break to sit down and really look at what it was and also what it wasn't. And then it became clear that this was a much bigger opportunity than I had given it a chance. And the minute I stepped in, I realized it was the smartest thing I'd ever done.
The products, I think, had me at hello. With my background in pharmacy, I knew it was the right medicine to really make a difference in your skin.
Being in clinical medicine for a decade, I was very impressed with the clinical results that these products yielded. But really the proof was in the mirror when I really saw how much my skin was changing. It was easy for me to be able to share these with my friends and family.
Only a couple weeks after getting my business kit and starting to use the products, because I hadn't used them prior to joining the company, I was sitting across from my brother-in-law at a barbecue, and he was staring at me kind of uncomfortably. And finally, he got up the nerve and he goes, "What did you do to your face?"
My first year, I would still say was successful because I was able to make my investment back in my first 60 days. I was bringing in a nice supplemental income for our family. I was growing as a person and I was feeling more confident. And even though through those challenging times where I was learning new things, I could feel myself growing.
I am the girl who, when my daughter sells Girl Scout cookies, I just buy them all because I don't feel comfortable selling them, still to this day. But when I thought about this business, it was the answer for how I could teach entrepreneurship at a smaller level to so many military spouses who were either under or unemployed. About 90% are underemployed in the military. And I thought this might be my answer. So I thought if I could learn airplanes and I became an aircraft maintenance officer, I could learn skincare and I could do this.
I really started to believe in myself more. I really fell in love with this channel. I was unapologetic about offering it to other people. And so I think as my beliefs started to shift even more so and become more confident, I was able to attract people who really had like-minded vision. Working closely, locking arms, figuring out their goals, diving into how we can help the people in their network is when my success really started to take off. So it was just over 2 years in that I earned my Lexus. And so that was that first moment of really like, okay, we've made a career of this. You aren't crazy.
The doctors are inspirational, and I'll tell you, their story was really important to me when I joined because they weren't just doing it for money. And for me, this has never been about the dollar figures, it's about the impact.
Giving on our team really came from the giving from our founders and our chairman, and I look at this business as a gift that they gave us, an opportunity for us to be entrepreneurs, but their hearts are to give back and to do good. And through their organizations and their foundation they partnered with, we are able to help so many more kids, especially with education.
So that has really, bled off into our mission at Team Give to really help people find their passion through this business. It's not just about the dollar figure. And so I feel like we are an extension of them, and I feel like they are the mentors I was always looking for. To be a military spouse means you sacrifice a lot. It means that you're willing to serve something bigger than yourself. In the military, you're willing to serve for everybody else's protection, and you'll do just about everything to do that. It also means that you're a gritty person that will work your hardest to achieve what you're after, and that applies in all walks of life. So I love watching military spouses use that resilience that they've built to build themselves something that can multiply and leave a legacy for themselves and for their families, which is a beautiful thing.
On our team, we have a lot of active military reservists, former military, and military spouses. And so we're able to really show other people who aren't necessarily involved how this can benefit that community.
I just love the fact that this company has really given people like me an outlet to continue to have continuity in what we do and to continue to contribute to our families' lives.
It's a challenge to move every few years. So to have an option where you can utilize your skill set and have a business that you can take with you wherever you go is so critical.
So my name is Brett Peterson, and I'm right here from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Born and raised, lived here pretty much my whole life. Over the last, call it 5 years, we developed what we call Team Give Men. And it's become a group of guys who really look to each other for advice on how they can support their wives.
How do we, as guys, as part of Team Give, help our spouses and help the team be more successful? And I like that aspect. There's a lot of camaraderie, golf tournaments, and we hang out a lot, and we know each other pretty well.
Started because I think there was a little bromance, happening.
There's a lot of guys that wonder, what is my role what does it look like, and there's several ways you can support your wife, whether it's directly helping her grow her team, whether it's doing calls, whether it's being really into it, or whether it's just like I was at the beginning, taking care of them, doing a little more housework for them, watching the kids like I did when they were under 2 years old. I had 2 under 2.
It's universal. We all have skin. It doesn't mean that a man's skin is different to a woman's skin. So super important. Get your men onto these products.
Absolutely 100% my moment of just joy, and we did it, and I can't believe this is happening, was when I saw Jen's face on the Today Show. It was just that moment of our little baby did it, I have no idea where this came from.
For women like Jen Griswold, who's realizing her dreams.
I personally have been giving to an organization that provides microloans for military spouses. I really just want women to know that you can, through entrepreneurism, have a family and have a business and be able to do all the things that you've dreamt of.
For me, success has been finding out who I am and being the best version of myself, and most importantly, putting my best foot forward every single day.
This business has changed our lives. It really has allowed us so many more freedoms of time freedom and financial freedom.
This business has really helped us to dream bigger.
We've had the really great opportunity to partner through our church, where my husband actually went to Haiti and was able to serve there and got to meet a few of the kids that we sponsor, which was just an incredible experience.
Quickly, I saw that if I put my head down and worked really hard at this, that we could do things we never dreamed of. And now that's been financial freedom and time freedom. We actually just took all the kids to Europe for 3 weeks.
I think it's pretty cool because she gets a lot of things for the family. Like, she got an iPad and she's gonna get Alexis.
This business has really
helped us and encouraged us and inspired us to open up a nonprofit where we're able to give back to military widows and provide an all-expense retreat for them to come up and connect with other people that have gone through similar tragedies.
The friendships have been absolutely, bar none, the best part of this business for me.
This business honestly has provided such a purpose for me and allowing me to show my children that I can contribute and that I can have my own business and have success in my own right, all while being an awesome mom.
So for my family, it's given us that flexibility to really put family and health first and to build a business around my family versus working a schedule and then fitting my family in.
I have a better shoe closet though.
I am a confident woman who knows exactly what she's doing. I am, I just did a deployment and I figured out, how to do that more effectively. Now I have more resources too, but just mentally how to be stronger. And I think as a family unit, we've just come a really long way. So if I think about what life would have been without, this opportunity, it scares me a little bit, to be honest. But we've really become a lot stronger because of it. I give a lot of credit to where we came from. We came from a tiny town with simple people who worked hard and had great families. And I think that we really took that in, and that's what's taught us to be who we are.
And then I think the big thing for me was at the convention, I believe in 2011, I want to say. That was an eye-opener for me because I got to see the field, see the quality of people within the company.
My absolute number one hesitation was I was so naive to this channel, I didn't like it. I had a negative connotation about it. I had other companies I might have thought represented the whole channel.
I would say that I was skeptical too. I like to tell people that they're normal. Feeling skeptical about something that's unknown is normal.
I would really just tell people that they should look at it with an open mind.
They know what they're doing, and if you do what you're coached to do, you can be successful in it.
They make it so you can have return on investment. Have a team gathering that's more about empowerment than who's better than each other. I mean, sign me up.
I certainly didn't think I had enough time. I thought it had to take 8 hours a day. It's really more of like a 1 hour a day was how I started. So it was a lot less time than I thought.
Truly, at the end of the day, what have you got to lose?
What do you have to lose to give this a try? Because it could make such a difference in your life, and I know for certain that we never regret the things that we did. We only regret the things that we didn't do, so I say go for it.
I love that this business allows you to dream big. I love that this business can take someone like myself, who's a small town girl with a very unpolished education, and you can go do whatever you want with it based on grit and heart and passion and consistency. I love that it allows us to bring things that are near and dear to our heart to a bigger platform and really bring attention to it.
I love when I get to watch somebody come to me and say, I don't think I can, and then the team wraps their arms around them, they teach them step by step what they did, and all of a sudden, step by step by step, she learns, she grows, and she says, I did it.